Hi there, it's Dr. Bernstein, and in this video, which is the first in a two-part series on Charlotte Perkins Gilman and her short story, The Yellow Wallpaper, which was first published in 1891, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Gilman's background, and I'm mainly going to focus on an article that she wrote in 1913, so a number of years after the publication of her story, that is called Why I Wrote the Yellow Wallpaper. Before I get into what she says in this article, I want to emphasize something that's really important. I don't believe in reducing the meaning or the significance of a work of literature to an author's intentions, or to thinking about, oh, this happened in an author's life, so this explains why he or she is talking about these issues, or things like that. Because as you know, a work of literature, like a work of art, like a movie, that can have a meaning in its significance that far exceeds anything that the author or creator originally intended. So that when you're studying literature and art and any type of creative work, it's definitely okay to take into consideration the context and what the author has to say and the author's background, but you don't want to limit their work to that. So in this article, Gilman starts off by talking about how when her story first came out, one doctor in particular was very much against it and said a story like hers ought never to have been written because, and this is a direct quote, because it was enough to drive anyone mad to read it. Another doctor, however, said that it's really the best description of incipient insanity, meaning like the incipient, meaning like the early stages of insanity. And then in the article, Gilman goes on to provide some background information about herself. She describes her depression and how she was put in the care of this noted specialist who recommended what's called the rest cure for her. And the rest cure basically consisted of a couple weeks of like total bed rest and limited intellectual activity thereafter. As Gilman remarks in the article, she responded very promptly to this treatment, so the doctor declared, there's nothing really the matter with her, and sent her home and advised her to live, and this is a quote, to live as domestic a life as far as possible, and to have but 2 hours intellectual activity, 2 hours intellectual life a day, and never to touch pen, brush, or pencil as long as she lived. So to really restrict her intellectual activity and to give up creative pursuits, right? A pen, brush, like a paintbrush or pencil. So this is something that you'll probably want to think about when you're reading the story, are these gender roles and the advice that this character in the short story is given. And in the article, Gilman tells readers that she obeyed these instructions for about 3 months, and that following that advice, those instructions from the noted specialist, basically brought her to the brink of mental ruin. So that's something to think about, is why taking that type of advice brought her character to this state of near, or some people would say total, mental ruin. So that's something you also want to think about when you're reading the story. Not about Gilman, but about the character, because we can't assume that the unnamed narrator is Gilman herself. And she talks about how the way she started to get better. Gilman talks about how the way she started to get better was to resume the normal life of every human being, and that involved working, to resume work and to recover some degree of power. And of course, she went on to write The Yellow Wallpaper with, and this is important to know, she wrote it with embellishments and additions. Noted that unlike the main character, she didn't suffer from hallucinations. And so when you're reading the story, you really should be reading it as a story, as a work of literature, rather than an autobiographical account, because she's developed it. She sort of making a transition between real life and fiction, and that's going to be important in our class a little bit later on. But you shouldn't be reading it as truth or nonfiction. This is fiction. And towards the end of this brief article, she tells us that she sent the book to her specialist. She sent the Yellow Wallpaper to her doctor, but he never responded. But she notes that at some point years later, she heard that he actually changed the way he treated his patients due to his reading of the Yellow Wallpaper. And she also talks about how she knows of at least one woman who was saved from a fate like the character in the Yellow Wallpaper by reading the story. What happened was the story was so terrifying to the people in her family that they finally let her get engaged in normal activity, and she started getting better. So she ends this article by returning to that point that she mentioned at the very beginning, and she said that her story was not intended to drive people crazy, but to save people from being driven crazy. So here's some questions that you can ask yourself when reading the Yellow Wallpaper. There are really two. One is, how and why could this literary text save people from enduring a similar fate? So think about that. Like, what is the power of reading fiction, and how can that help people see things in their own lives and maybe avert some terrible fate for themselves? And two, and these are like somewhat connected questions, why might a work of literature, rather than say a newspaper article or a scholarly article or some other work of nonfiction, why might fiction be more effective than nonfiction in terms of opening people's eyes and bringing about change? So those are just two questions that you can use to guide yourself into a reading of Gilman's The Yellow Wallpaper. Stay tuned. Hop on over to the second part of this series, because that's where I'm really going to get into the story and some key issues that you should explore in relationship to it. So that's it for now. Bye.